We are here with the amazing author, artist, Ruby Roth. There are some of her many, many books, and we'll be talking about that in a second. What are you making today?
Today I'm going to be making a tomato soup. In my book, it's called Tomato Tornado for kids. That's a little bit easier of a version. We're going to try a few more herbs and stuff thrown in here.
Okay, wonderful.
My style is very, very just handful of this, handful of that, and everything happens very fast.
Woo, okay.
So I'm going to add these onions. You don't even have, this is all going to go in the blender. So
really?
You don't even have to chop them very thin. I just want to brown them a little bit just to give them a little flavor, and then I'm going to throw these beautiful heirloom tomatoes. They're pretty gigantic, so I'm only going to use probably 2.5 of these.
Oh, they're beautiful. What's the difference between the orange and the red?
It's just a different variety. Sometimes the flavors are slightly different. Sometimes they're a little sweeter. Totally depends, but I like the color, and I like the color.
Oh, the colors are gorgeous.
So I'm gonna cut half of this because they are huge.
Okay. And while you're chopping away, I'm going to show some of the books.
Yeah.
You are an amazingly prolific author, illustrator. These were the very first books of their kind, vegan nonfiction for children. Vegan is Love, written and illustrated by Ruby Roth. V is for vegan, the ABCs of being kind. And this book, this is the recipe we're doing today, Tomato Tornado. And I also love this one, That's Why We Don't Eat Animals, a book about vegans, vegetarians, and all living things. Just amazing, the number of books and the amount of illustrations that you have produced.
Thank you. So the exciting news is that today is the release of Bad Day. That's my 5th book.
What?
And this broadens the themes that I've been covering to include emotional wellness for kids. And I think it's very important for vegan kids in particular because they're often starting to be activists very early on and asking questions about a world that can be upsetting. And we, as good ambassadors and as activists, need to learn how to manage our inner lives so that we can manage the outer world as well and be at peace in ourselves, even though we're, dealing with urgent issues and things we wish would change very quickly. And so it's all related.
That is amazing, and I didn't realize this was the launch day of your most recent book. I'm so thrilled and honored that you would do Lunch Break Live on this important day.
I'm throwing in some herbs in here.
Wow.
Whatever I have in my pantry. So this is just a little bit of dill.
Look at how gorgeous this is.
We're just marinating these flavors together.
Oh, wow. Now, what are you putting in? Sea salt, dill.
Sea salt, that was dill. I like it a little more salty, but I'm going to keep it slightly more chill for you. Oregano is kind of I call it the pizza herb. It's like what makes tomato sauce and pizza taste like pizza.
Wow.
So I like a lot of herbs. I'm just throwing in a bunch in there.
Wow,
and then
look at this.
Had some herbs, sea salt, so I'm just going to sprinkle some of that in there too.
This looks so gorgeous. Right here, I just want to have a photo of this. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, you could stop here too and throw this on some pasta or quinoa.
Oh my God, that is gorgeous. Yeah, that is just so beautiful. Look at that.
I like most of my recipes to have about 5 ingredients or less, and that is what is in the Help Yourself cookbook for kids too.
Yeah.
So I say that it's designed for kids, but also busy or lazy adults. This is basically how I cook at home.
Oh, wow. And tell us very quickly your vegan story. Like, how long have you been vegan? How did you get into writing these amazing books?
I've been vegan for about 16 years. It'll be going on 17. I was an activist. I was into social justice issues, racism, anti-racism issues. And some friends of mine questioned me at age 20, and they said, hey, your morals and your values don't match your eating habits. And I didn't know what they were talking about because I thought I was pretty health conscious. My mom was vegetarian my entire life, so we ate I was a meat eater, but we ate pretty healthfully in the home. So I saw Earthlings. They educated me. That was a big turning point in my journey. And I realized that the activism that I was doing was great, but I wasn't embodying any change. And I have come to realize that veganism, I think, is the most effective activist tool. It reaches every single issue that there is. I can take any issue and veganize it because it goes back to how we eat and how we live and how that affects the outside world.
Wow. And thank you, Heather, for sharing. I urge everybody share this. This is a very special Lunch Break Live with an amazing author. And I just found out that this is the release date of her latest book. What a prolific author, illustrator you are. I have to show this book. This is coming out today. It's called Bad Day. And these are children's books written and illustrated by Ruby Roth. And this one is to help kids, as you mentioned, deal with their inner life, their emotions, so that they can handle stuff that might be difficult. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, I'll show you the inside. What I did here, just so you know, I turned it off and we're going to let that cool.
Okay.
Because that is going to go in the blender.
I didn't realize that was so pretty. I'm wondering if you had your camera, you might want to take a photo of it, and then I can put it on the website, because it's just really gorgeous. We are here with Ruby Roth, and she is just an amazing author. I mean, the number of books, and thank you for doing one horizontal. I appreciate it. Look at this, how gorgeous. Now we're putting her to work, asking her to take a photo of some of this.
It's all hands on deck.
All hands on deck for this great vegan meal. And Tom says, I wish they had these books when I was a kid. I wish they had them when I was a kid. I was reading Nancy Drew mystery stories. That was the book I got. V is for vegan, and that's why we don't eat animals, a book about vegans, vegetarians, and all living things. And look at these incredible illustrations. And vegan is love, having heart and taking action. And this is the recipe we're making today. And this will be on JaneUnchained.com, including the entire recipe. And I want to just show the cover of this book, Help Yourself, the Cookbook for Kids. 60 plus easy plant-based recipes kids can make to save the world and stay healthy. Look how adorable. How did you learn to do this kind of art? I mean, this art is so... wow.
I've always been an artist. I started drawing as soon as I could pick up a pencil. I knew I was going to be an artist. I didn't know in what respect. And as I got older, I knew that I wanted to create art for a purpose beyond self-expression. And I was teaching art at an after-school program with elementary school kids. And they started asking me why I wasn't eating the string cheese and the milk that they were being served at recess. And I said, you know what, let me go find a book and I'll bring it in and we can do an art project about it. And I went out and I couldn't find anything. And there were a couple titles, but maybe one was like a talking tomato. And I felt like that was beneath the capabilities of my students. And it also took away from the very rich emotional lives of animals, who are usually made out to talk and to smile at the camera. And so I saw that there was a hole in this market, and having studied American history and justice and social issues, and having an art background and a degree, I decided that I was going to put those two things together and create the books that I wanted to see and read to my students. So
how amazing!
They were a huge part of these books coming to be.
I am so blown away. Look at these illustrations, how incredible they are.
Some of the inside.
Yeah, I would love to see some of them.
This book is the first one, and it is about the emotional lives of animals, starting with pets, and then we go into farms, and we talk about the natural instincts that animals have, and then how they behave when they're cooped up on factory farms. So you get happy families, and you get to see
look at that. Oh, these are so these illustrations are unbelievable.
Thank you.
Oh my God, look at that one with the pig. Oh, that's so sad. And that's exactly how they're kept in gestation crates, the size of their bodies, never able to turn around. They are smarter than dogs, and they go mad. They actually go crazy.
And I want people to know that I've read these to hundreds, if not thousands of kids, and I've never seen a child overwhelmed by these books. They take it in, they understand it, but they're very diplomatic about the information. When these books hit the market, there was talk in the media of them being very controversial, and you can't talk to kids about this subject, you're going to scare them. But I think we are, first of all, if it's too scary to talk about, it's too scary to be eating it.
Yes.
And
yes.
If we're going to raise healthy, strong citizens, then we need to be able to talk to them about serious topics that are going on in our nation and our world and include them in the conversation, because their behavior and their choices are a part of the future.
Yeah, and it seems like they're much hipper to animal suffering and the connection between animal agriculture and climate change than the adults. I see more and more that the kids are educating the parents. Yes, look at this. Look at these. What you did was it's so emotional, but it's not graphic.
Thank
but
you.
It brings, so it's the perfect combination.
I wanted something that was not pulling punches and was not sugarcoating, but was also manageable for a child's capacity. You don't need to scare children to get them on board with sustainable practices, healthy practices, better welfare for animals. So, this book addresses the emotional lives of animals, factory farming, the environment, endangered species. Mm-hmm. And then we move on to all the ways we can take our love and spread it across the world. So Vegan is Love addresses some of the same things, but it's about putting our love into action.
Aww.
And this one addresses things
like, living
choices that we make every day.
Yeah.
Clothing.
Yes.
This is the only book that addresses animal testing.
Wow. Look at that for kids. That's incredible.
And I did it in a way by introducing the concept of supply and demand. So with our dollars, we can show the world what we care about.
Yeah, and then kids understand that their choices are important.
Yeah.
Because they influence, zoos. Oh my God, this is incredible.
Zoos and free animals.
There's free animals, yes. Wow, this is, oh my God, this is so powerful. This is so powerful. Humans should, adults should be seeing this, because maybe they could get it if they could see something, because a lot of times you can't get anybody to look at the footage of what's really happening. Maybe they need the children's books. So, pollution. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
We'll talk about organics too, which has a lot to do with our ecosystems.
Yeah. People.
We talk about global food distribution and world hunger.
Yeah.
And
forests. Oh, you get to.
How far across the world our love reaches, from the river bottoms to the highest treetops.
Oh, this is so fantastic. Wow. The Arctic. This is amazing.
Thank you.
So prescient. I mean, now this is like with the Amazon on fire. Every child in the world should look at this.
Right. Well, let's go back to That's Why We Don't Eat Animals, because this book was published in 2009, and we are addressing here the destruction of the rainforest. And I said we must consider how the foods we eat affect
the planet. And right there, the destruction of the rainforest.
So
wow.
This is not new. This issue is not new.
No, it's not new. And that's one of the things people are saying. We're now understanding the Amazon on fire, but it's been on fire before.
Yeah,
and it's been burning
on fire since the 60s.
Yeah. It's just a big nightmare that we can all change with our daily choices. Just choosing plants. One of the things I learned is 20% of the food that people eat is meat, dairy, or eggs, and 80% is already vegan. So people are really, if they could just reduce that 20%,
absolutely,
first to maybe 10%, then 5%, then
absolutely. I tell people you want to think about adding new stuff in. Don't even think about taking stuff away. You want to add new things to your repertoire.
Wow.
V is for Vegan is a funny rhyming ABC book.
Oh.
And this addresses all the main tenets of veganism in a funny, light way. So this is for the youngest of children.
Oh, that's so adorable. Wow. And where can you get these books? On any
Anywhere the
online.
books are sold.
Anywhere books are sold, okay.
They're also translated into 10 languages now.
Whoa!
So if you go on my site, rubyroth.co, and then go into the shop and go onto each one's page, there's links to the different languages.
And of course, it's best to buy it from you if possible.
It's nice, but I don't mind. Wherever
you get it. V is for vegan. These are great holiday gifts. So think about it this holiday.
Back to school gifts.
Yeah, back to school gifts. School's starting. That's a great idea. Okay, so we're back to this incredible dish.
Okay, I've let
Check this
cool
out.
off a little bit, and now
Look at
we
that.
are going
So
to.
pretty.
I'm gonna do this over the sink. Just
Okay.
In case, but we're gonna throw it in the blender.
Look at
Sometimes I just eat it like this. Too.
Yeah, it looks pretty delicious. So basically, this is onions, a little oil, some tomatoes, and some spices. That's it. And
if you want to throw a bouillon cube in there, a vegan bouillon cube, like a Rapunzel brand, that makes it extra tasty and salty. Very quickly and easily.
Simon Wells says I'm going to get them all for my kids for Christmas. Yay, Simon!
We love Simon.
Yes. Well, I have some friends who've just had children and relatives, so I'm going to get them those books.
I'm putting this on the blender.
Okay, this is my favorite part.
Some people like it chunky, some people like it. We're going to do kind of an in-between and see what happens.
Now, feel free to do a blender dance. We've had some great blender dances. Wow, look at that.
One thing
So
I
quick.
sometimes do in here too is add turmeric, which brings
yeah.
that color out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... This is pretty thick. I'm going to blend it a little more. You could use this as a tomato sauce.
Oh,
too,
yeah. It could be a
pasta.
tomato sauce with pasta.
I'm going to add just a little bit of water because it's thick.
Yeah, okay. Tiny little bit of water. And this is a great dish for kids to make.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't require a lot of cooking.
No, and there's even less steps in the kids' book.
Yeah.
I have them throw everything in a big pot together.
Yeah.
And there's an adult alert on there for anything that is done in the kitchen with fire.
Yes. Okay, so here we go.
I mean, this dish was
That's
done.
perfect.
This dish was done in what?
Oh, yeah,
5
50.
minutes of cooking?
Yeah, I mean 5 minutes of cooking.
So a couple things to spruce it up.
Okay.
I like fresh herbs.
Uh-huh.
So I'm taking a few little leaves of fresh basil.
Oh, basil. Yum, yum, yum.
Just very
pretty.
caveman style.
Yes.
Stick it on there. And one more thing that I like to do,
Okay.
since there are so many vegan cheeses now on the market,
Yeah.
a little topping. I'm using
Let's see.
Miyoko's. She's a
Miyoko's
friend of
cream
mine,
cheese. Oh, I love Miyoko.
and I love her. And
I love her.
products.
She's one of my favorite people.
So I'm going to scoop.
There we
little
go.
bit of cheese
Wow.
in there.
And you'll make another one so I can take a picture, right? There's enough to make another one for a photo.
Yes.
'Cause-
And I'm also going to. Everyone loves nutritional yeast.
Yeah, it's one of the must-haves for any vegan kitchen is nutritional yeast. Look
Like
at
to
that.
Throw some of that on
How
there,
pretty.
too. And then that
Woo!
cheese kind of gets stirred up and adds a little creaminess.
Gorgeous. So simple and beautiful. All right, listen, now it's time to turn the tables. So if you would come around here and I will just hold this up at me. And this is my favorite moment of the day when I get to taste test.
All right.
And
You can add some salt if you want. I kept it kind of light on the
look how
salt.
gorgeous this is. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. And it's really savory. It's so savory.
Did we do good?
Oh my God, you did so good. This is like, I want to repeat this at home.
I've done this recipe about 4 times in the last 2
Wow,
weeks.
it's so good.
And what I like about it too is the portions are easily controllable. You can
Yeah.
do 1 tomato and
Yeah.
half of
Yeah.
an onion. So easy peasy, whether you're cooking for a big family or yourself.
Delicious tomato soup. I mean, I'm just in awe. Like, you made it look so easy and it's so delicious. All right, thank you. Now, where do we get bad day? Because it's just out today.
Bad day
and that's a good day to get this.
It's a good day for bad day. Bad Day is going to be available wherever books are sold too.
Okay.
I'll be selling signed and personalized copies from my website soon. I sell signed and personalized copies, so you can get it. I'll get it signed to your kiddo, or your classroom, or your grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also having an event this weekend. This happens to be the launch of Bad Day, but 2019 is also the 10th year anniversary of That's Why We Don't Eat Animals. Release.
You have accomplished so much in one decade. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the vegan movement change in this past decade in terms of how your books are received?
Absolutely. The first book, the publisher didn't want me to write vegan in the title because they wanted it to be all-inclusive, just about, happy animals and making animals' lives better. And I fought and fought and fought because I knew you all were going to be picking up this movement. And by this time the second book came out, which was 2012, it was called Vegan is Love. And they understood what I had fought for, that people were starting to search for this term now, and that there was actually a growing market. And now these books are, translated into more than 10 languages, and they're available around the world. And it's interesting, they're not even huge countries. Some of them, there is one in Poland, and there's a Romanian version. These are countries where the movement is picking up, and everybody, having shared over the last 10 years the little posts that we all make, we are normalizing veganism, and it's become a household term. And for sure, we have moved the marketplace in our favor and in favor of animals and the planet.
You are amazing. Ruby Roth, I am so honored to be here on the day your latest book comes out. This is to help kids manage those bad days, those tantrum days, those days where they might feel, I don't have as many friends as I want, or whatever. I think this is so cool. Is there a vegan aspect to this?
The vegan tie-in, there's nothing vegan specific in it, but the tie-in for me goes back to vegan activist kids who might be upset that their aunt and uncle are eating meat, or the kids at school are eating meat. Well, we still need to learn how to manage those feelings inside of ourselves.
Exactly.
We don't need to put out anger. We need to put out frustration to other people.
I may have to read that book for myself.
Yeah, well, I said this is for ages 0 to 101.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is so amazing. Look at this. These books are amazing. Incredible back to school gifts, incredible holiday gifts, and just I can think of a zillion people I want to get these books for. And I would also like to see them in every library, in every school in the world.
If you don't have kids, and a lot of people don't who like my books, they often buy one to donate to the library. And I know that a lot of kids see them that way because I hear from parents who've checked the book out from libraries.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ruby Roth.
Thank you.
So exciting to be here.